Warning, this tutorial is rated TP for terrible puns.
Hello, welcome to Escape the Box Piano. It's Dan here, and in this tutorial we're going to learn Lukas Graham's Not a Damn Thing Changed. I'm pretty excited. I think you are going to learn this really quickly. What you're going to hear and what I'm going to teach you is going to take about 2 minutes, and it's a single passage that effectively repeats itself for pretty much the whole song up until the end when it changes slightly. Here is the passage that we're aiming for. Yep, it really is that short. There's nothing more to it, to be honest, and then it just kind of repeats on itself. So let's get straight into this. First of all, the techie stuff, you can just gloss over this if you're not that bothered. We'll learn the notes in a second. So this is in a compound time signature. It's in 12/8. It's in F sharp minor. The beat is about 85 beats per minute, and the beat representing a dotted crotchet. And the phrase that we're playing is 8 measures or 8 bars long, and that kind of repeats itself. I'm actually going to teach this hands together. Other tutorials I often do hands separately. I think we can do this together. So from middle C, get your left hand thumb on F sharp here, and your 5th finger on the F sharp, an octave below. Okay, and in your right hand, get your thumb on A, 2nd finger on C sharp, and 5th finger on the F sharp. I'm going to play 2 measures as an introduction. In the left hand, what you do is you play the 2 F sharps together, and you hold that down all the time for 2 whole measures. That's 8 beats in total. And every 2 beats, you replay the top F sharp. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And in the right hand, each time you play that top F sharp, afterwards you're playing quavers, or 8th notes, on A, C sharp, F sharp, back to C sharp, back to A. Looks like this. And then you replay that F sharp. Okay, that was the first 2 bars. Okay, so now we're into the main part of the song, the first part of our 8 bars or 8 measures passage that we're going to repeat. It's exactly the same thing. Start on your F sharps, A, C sharp, F sharp in the right hand. So do what you just learnt for the introduction. Okay, you've done that. Now you're going to move your left hand down to E and E. And you're going to do exactly the same thing in the left hand. You're going to hold down the bottom E for 2 whole measures. You're going to play the top E every 2 beats. What happens in the right hand? Not a damn thing changes. It's the same. A, C sharp, F sharp. On to the next couple of measures. Again, move your left hand down 1 white note. We're on D now, D and D. Same approach, hold down the bottom D for 2 measures, top D repeats itself every 2 beats. What happens in the right hand? Not a damn thing changes. Still, A, C sharp, F sharp. And the final 2 measures of the phrase. Take your left hand down to the C sharp, C sharp, C sharp. Same approach, C sharp in the bass, in the fifth finger, hold that down for 2 measures, play the top C sharp every 2 beats. In the right hand, we're moving to G sharp. Stay on the C sharp in the middle, and then at the top, we're coming down to this note here. Now technically, in the key that we're playing in, this is actually E sharp. But if you want to think of that as F, because it's kind of easier, maybe just think of it as F. It's this note here, C, D, E, F. In the key that we're playing in, it's E sharp. So G sharp, C sharp, E sharp. There you go. You have learned the bulk of this song. That's like 95% of the song. So you've got your first phrase, 8-bar phrase there. Now, truth is actually that very first 8-bar phrase that you play at the end of the 8th bar, just freeze after you've gone to the C sharp on the way up of that broken chord in the right hand. So it sounds like this. And you just pause for a beat. What happens next? You play the same 8-bar phrase. Not a damn thing changes. And you play that phrase twice round. And you kind of get to the end of, I guess, maybe what you'd consider to be the chorus of this piece. And once you get to the end of that, you've got one measure that you just fill with your F sharp, A, C sharp, and F sharp. And then you're kind of onto the second, let's call it the second verse, and it's the same phrase. So round once with the pause at the end of the 8th bar, round another 2 times where you play the whole phrase twice round. The next thing that happens is you get 8 bars kind of where it breaks down instrumentally, and you kind of just have Lukas Graham's singing. So you could go, if you're playing along to the track, you could just drop out on the piano for 8 bars, or you could play along harmonically, musically. Structurally, it's the same. So you could just play your 8-bar phrase another time. When you come back in with the instrumentation after the 8-bar breakdown, it's kind of the same to begin with. What I like to do is I like to take the F sharps and move it down an octave. So from here, just take your hands and move them down 1 octave. So we're on the F sharp and the F sharp. Leave the right hand where it is, centered around middle C. So you've got your A, C sharp, and F sharp that you were on. And the next bit, the next couple of beats, change up a little bit. Still play the F sharp in the left hand, then A and C sharp. Now move the left hand up to G sharp. Play them both together, 5th and thumb. And in the right hand, you're going to play E sharp, C sharp, and G sharp. The next 2 measures, slide your left hand further up again. So now you're on A. And your right hand's going to move back to A with the thumb, C sharp with your 3rd finger, and then E, natural, with your 5th finger. So effectively, we're on A major at this point. Now we move to effectively D major. Take your left hand, move it up to the Ds, and keep your right hand where it is, thumb on the A, move your 3rd finger to the D, and your 5th finger back to the F sharp. Final couple of bars before the end. Take your left hand down to C sharp. Get your thumb onto the G sharp. Third finger on the C sharp. And for a couple of rounds, keep your fifth finger on the F sharp. This is what's known as a suspension. Next bar is going to resolve down to the E sharp. And then you can just finish on a chord of F sharp minor and just hold that to fade. Take your left hand back down to the F sharp, get your thumb on the A, third finger on the C sharp, fifth finger on the F sharp. Just play that as a chord and hold it. Let me play through that final 8-9 bars of the piece reasonably slowly. I do hope you have enjoyed this tutorial. If you have, leave a like. Put some comments on a video. What do you want to see transcribed next? Subscribe to this channel for more great tutorials, and I look forward to seeing you soon.